Joining me now is Jim Gallagher, the CEO of Clean Air Metals. Nice to see you, sir.
Well, it's great to be here.
So let's get updated on the projects in the Thunder Bay region. You've got two adjacent assets, and the goal is to develop into the only primary palladium and platinum producer outside of South Africa. So can you give us a snapshot?
Yeah, most people don't realize how rare platinum palladium assets are. So, look, there's a long history to these two deposits that have now come together in 2020 as Clean Air Metals. Panoramic Resources out of Australia had spent 10 years drilling on the current deposit, and some company called Rio Tinto was drilling on the other deposit. For different reasons, they both had them on the back burner. Panoramic took an open pit approach, which really didn't have a great business case and didn't gather a lot of investor interest. And Rio Tinto was looking for something different, quite frankly, and didn't think it was going to be on that scale. So Bunting Resources and their CEO, Stephen Stairs, knew the relationships. He pulled the deal together. He invested his own money, and he's still a major shareholder in our company. He pulled the deal together. I got recruited into the deal, and here we are today. It's a pretty good opportunity. We've spent some good drill money over the last couple of years, and we think we have a development-ready project today.
You've said that the assets are well drilled, and that you've got confidence in expanding the resource, and you want to drill deeper. So what are the general plans there?
Yeah, so look, we're taking stock of the current market. Right, money is tight. There's not a lot of drill dollars being spent, so we're taking a cautious approach. And because of the history of the development, we're drilled only down to 500 meters. I come out of the Sudbury Basin. Most of the mining is at 2,000 meters in Sudbury these days. So there's a fault system. Across the fault system, we've got great geophysics that says, yeah, it should still be there. And so we have a modest drill program planned for this early summer season. And we're going to test below 500 meters, which puts us on the other side of the fault. Logic for these magmatic type intrusive systems that they do come from depth. So we're going to prove the concept. That success opens up a significant greater drill program, and we're hoping the markets improve and we can execute on that in the future. But we're going to prove the concept this year.
And Jim, you've got a strategic review ongoing, which you said has evolved into the possibility of mergers, acquisitions, joint ventures. What's the latest there?
Yeah, so look, many investors have told us single asset companies are really going to struggle, and they are. We all see that's a pretty common theme here. So we looked for a financial partner last year that would help move the project forward. That had limited success. We had a lot of cash in the company, and some people were interested in the cash. We decided to flip that on its head this year and take advantage of the tough market. And we're looking throughout north to western Ontario. There are a lot of assets out there. The whole northwestern Ontario is probably the best region to explore for platinum group projects outside of Africa, and arguably even including Africa these days. And so a lot of these assets are idle, haven't been no money being spent. We've got the team, we've got a development team. We're going to take a hard look at pulling those in a win-win scenario with the other parties and see whether we can build a portfolio of projects here.
You came out with a news release a while ago, and part of that you said, which really stood out for me, and you've been around a long time, you've seen cycles come and go, but you say that right now investor interest and financings are at an all-time low. You just never been worse, but that you think a metal super cycle is coming at some point. You never see the dawn before the darkness, I guess, or something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and that platinum could be a big piece of that energy transition too, right?
So most investors don't fully appreciate that platinum is a key part of this whole green hydrogen story. Platinum is important in electrolysis, and platinum's in fuel cells, hugely, and it's a very small market. So you add that into the mix of mining in general is the pipeline is dry right now. The dollars are not being invested in the front end of the pipeline in exploration, not at the levels that used to be. And we do have this whole energy transition that is significant in the amount of metals, construction, new projects, electrification. So I do think, and we had the keynote speaker yesterday kick off the conference with, we're hopefully at the bottom of another down cycle. I think the next super cycle, and I've seen several in my career, is going to be significant and perhaps will be a step change, which I think the industry needs to move a lot of these projects forward. So it may be the right time to start investing here.
Right. And lastly, just to summarize the investment case as Clean Air Metals fits into that scenario.
One of the rarest of rare, which is a PGE project. The hydrogen economy is really going to drive consumption in a very, very small market. And we've got a build-ready project north of Thunder Bay, close to surface infrastructure, very easy to access. So when prices come around, we think we've got a project we're going to get built.
Very good. Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
All right. Jim Gallagher, CEO of Clean Air Metals.